CARICOM SG holds fruitful discussions with U.S. Secretary of State. Suriname and Guyana receive historic visit from the U.S. Secretary of State. And Haiti reaffirms relations with CARICOM. These are the main stories we are covering in this week's episode of the CARICOM NewsTime. I am Toussaint in English Francis. Michelle is enjoying some time off this week. Thank you for joining us. CARICOM SG holds fruitful discussions with U.S. Secretary of State, Mr. Michael Pompeo, at the Georgetown, Guyana headquarters of the CARICOM Secretariat on the 18th of September. They spoke about the COVID-19 pandemic and the severe economic fallout CARICOM member states are experiencing. They also discussed the renewal of the Caribbean Basin Trade and Partnership Act, the risking of regional banks by U.S. financial institutions, and cooperation under the Caribbean Basin Security Initiative. Ambassador LaRocque told Mr. Pompeo of the need for CARICOM member states to access concessional development financing to emerge from the grave economic crisis caused by COVID-19. Many CARICOM countries are denied concessional financing due to the use of GDP per capita as the main criteria for access and their classification as middle-income countries. Suriname and Guyana received historic visits from the U.S. Secretary of State Michael Pompeo on the 17th and 18th of September. The U.S. Secretary of State visited Suriname on September 17th before traveling to Guyana later that day. In Suriname, he met with President Chan Santoki and senior members of his cabinet on increased bilateral cooperation and opportunities for partnerships in energy and security. On September 18th, Guyana's Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Hugh Todd, and Mr. Pompeo signed two landmark agreements, one of which saw Guyana joining Jamaica as a signatory to the Growth in Americas initiative. In a joint press briefing following the signing, President of Guyana, His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, said the agreement paves the way for enhanced U.S. private sector investments in Guyana in renewable and non-renewable energy and infrastructure.
This agreement will stimulate the enhancement of the business environment for U.S. private sector investment in Guyana, particularly in the fields of energy, both non-renewable and renewables, and infrastructure. The agreement will also pave the way for the U.S. private sector to expand their investment portfolio and partner with the Guyanese private sector. This partnership will help to meet our broader infrastructure and downstream development needs, and by extension, drive economic growth and development as well as job creation. Notably, more opportunities will be available for firms to explore investment opportunities in tourism and hospitality sector, ICT, food production, among others.
Guyana and the U.S. also signed a shipwrights agreement on cooperation that will be entered into force on Monday, the 21st of September, to suppress illicit traffic by sea and air.
That Guyana and the U.S. will deepen cooperation in the area of security, with specific attention to maritime security and joint patrols, to interdict narcotics trafficking. This will also allow us to improve our technical and human capabilities in monitoring Guyana's exclusive economic zone. This augurs well for stronger collaboration and broader technical assistance to help combat both domestic and transnational organized criminal networks. We also look forward to continued and enhanced assistance in the fields of border control, anti-terrorism, cybersecurity, technology transfer, and anti-corruption measures.
For his part, Secretary of State Pompeo reiterated the U.S.'s interest in closer ties with the Caribbean as he lauded the over 5 decades of bilateral relations with Guyana based on shared values for democracy and economic development.
We know the Guyanese people cherish democracy. They cherish freedom. They value free, fair, and transparent elections, just as Americans do, just as all people do. I was proud to publicly support the Guyanese people in their quest to have the results of the election respected. The results certainly took longer than any of us would have wished or hoped, but it was worth fighting for. It was worth fighting to honor the people's sovereign decision. That's indeed what democracy is all about. Congratulations, President Ali. Today, we also had a good set of conversations on strengthening our relationship for the benefit of all Guyanese and all Americans. We're ready. The United States is ready to be your partner of choice as you face big decisions moving forward, especially on energy and future prosperity in your country. That's how Americans will help produce local jobs and sustainable growth for the people of your country. You should know that the United States AID that works as part of the State Department is on the same page too. I'm proud to announce this morning that the agency has committed $3 million for a locally led program for citizens' involvement in their government and $1.5 million so that the youth of Guyana will be involved in democracy as well.
The Republic of Haiti has reaffirmed its relations with CARICOM through the appointment of a new ambassador, His Excellency Mr. Bosele Sam. On the 15th of September, CARICOM Secretary General Ambassador Erwin LaRocque accepted a letter of credence from the new envoy in the first virtual accreditation ceremony he hosted during the COVID-19 pandemic. In his remarks, the Secretary General conveyed the community's condolences to the government and the people of Haiti for the loss of lives during the recent passage of Tropical Storm Laura. The CARICOM SG said he anticipates Ambassador Sam's tenure would see the completion of measures for the full integration of Haiti into the CARICOM single market and economy.
Ambassador, I'm sure you would agree that the CARICOM single market and economy, the CSME, is a key element in strengthening our integration process. It also has the potential to provide opportunities for Haiti, with your comparative advantage in the cultural industries as an example. Haitian arts and crafts can be supplied to the large tourism market throughout the region. While significant efforts have been made towards the full integration of Haiti into the CSME, the task is not yet completed. I recall Prime Minister Mia Mottley of Barbados, lead head of government with responsibility for the CSME, and I visited Haiti and had fruitful discussions with His Excellency President Moise on advancing Haiti's compliance with the measures under the CSME. An implementation plan in that regard was agreed upon and approved by the heads of government at their special session in Port of Spain in December 2018. It is my hope that during your tenure, we can work together to advance this plan.
Ambassador Sam told the SG he intends to serve as a vital link through which national stakeholders would re-engage in regional processes. He said despite the challenges posed by COVID-19, he believes the community can continue advancing the work to achieve the objective of the CARICOM strategic plan.
And this appointment gives me a greater opportunity to continue promoting my country's interest within CARICOM, and at the same time contribute to advancing of the objectives, the strategic objective determined by heads of government to the CARICOM Committee of Ambassadors. And you know that these goals are aimed at improving the quality of life of all citizens of the Caribbean community.
For these and other stories, you can visit the CARICOM news site at today.caricom.org or the CARICOM website at caricom.org. like our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Keep safe, and we'll see you next time.